Now, we're going to take you straight to Ukraine because Russia has launched a wave of airstrikes on cities across the country, killing at least 29 people and injuring more than 50 others. One of the buildings damaged in the capital, Kyiv, is Ukraine's largest children's hospital. And here you can see the aftermath of the attack where they are still hosing it down, as you can see, but there are many people on the ground. These are pictures right now which were posted actually by President Zelensky's team, and you can see the damage there as well to the building. The medical staff, the first there trying to clear the rubble away by hand. Pictures from inside show the damage to one of the rooms, a lot of glass, broken glass on the ground, and you can see there just how much damage has been done to that particular room. Well, Mr. Zelensky says Russia has fired more than 40 missiles targeting 5 Ukrainian cities, including Kyiv, where 7 people have reportedly been killed. Elsewhere, at least 10 died in strikes in Kryvyi, Slovyansk, Dnipro and Kramatorsk, also hit today. I've been speaking to Vitaly Klitschko, who's the mayor of Kyiv, who gave me his reaction to the attack.
It's not special operation, it's not the war, it's genocide of population in Ukraine. It's right now the whole world see how Russian missiles and kamikaze drones killed Ukrainian citizens. Our peaceful city is right now the children's hospitals will be hitting with from Russian missiles. We don't know exactly the numbers of the people who will be killed and injuries. Right now we're saving people from the rubble of the buildings, and we're working right now, and we know the numbers of people who is injured and skills is big. Right now 66 people have injuries. We don't know exactly the numbers, how many people killed, because I told we're saving right now the people from rubbles of the buildings, and it's a big tragedy for one more tragedy for our hometown, for capital of Ukraine.
Mayor Klitschko, I need to get your response straight away to what we are hearing from the Russian Defense Ministry, who says that allegations that it has deliberately targeted civilian infrastructure are absolutely untrue. And they say this destruction is caused by the fall of a Ukrainian air defense missile launched from an anti-aircraft missile system within the city. From what you've seen, what has happened at the hospital?
Please don't listen to Russian propaganda. They always find excuses. They always try an explanation. It's not a war, it's special operation. They destroyed the critical infrastructure of our hometown and explain they try to hit the military objects. It's not true. It's 3 years long. The Russians destroyed Ukraine. Putin need Ukraine as property. Us Ukrainian, he don't need. And that's why I call that genocide of Ukrainian population.
Thank you for responding to that statement. Can I ask you about the children in the hospital, the ones that have been evacuated, and we've seen pictures of them sitting outside. Are there plans to move them elsewhere to safety?
Yes, of course, we give whole services to everyone, and we moved for children for another hospitals in our hometown. We give support and services to everyone who come to us, and a lot of work right now, because right now a lot of people are homeless, because a lot of buildings around the explosion will be destroyed and without windows, and that's why we give a huge task right now for us, and we're working, I guess, next 24 hours, and we have a little bit more exact numbers. I hope the numbers of killed children and humans not will be grown up, but I told we're saving right now the people from rubble of the buildings. So let's see what brings the next hours.
The mayor of Kyiv, Vitaly Klitschko, speaking to me a short time ago. Well, we've been focusing on this attack on the children's hospital. There was another one that happened in Kyiv today as well, of a maternity hospital, and we know that 7 people were killed there. We can take you now to journalist Katya Malafieva, who is right there near where that strike happened. Katya, thank you very much for joining us. Describe what is happening around you at the moment.
I'm standing on the side of a second attack today, which I actually saw with my own eyes. I was standing on the 15th floor of my apartment block because this attack happened literally in my area. When I heard the area alert, and then immediately, almost immediately, 1 or 2 minutes after that, I heard the explosion, and then I saw a fume rising up. So I'm here on this location, which is actually the reproductive clinics for women, and as well as the general practice. You can see that fourth floor of the building is the upper floor of the building is completely demolished. I spoke to the locals who were there. They said that they read on the internet that there was a potential threat of the drone coming, and then they heard immediately an explosion. They were blown up of their chairs. There was a huge smoke. I spoke to a gentleman who lost 2 of his colleagues in this building, and actually on the background you can still see that there is a body covered with a black plastic, so you could see that there are still dead people on the scene.
Katya, it's so rare to have these kind of attacks happen during the day. I was speaking to your mayor, Vitaly Klitschko, who told me this is one of the worst days for Kyiv since the war started. What sort of reaction has there been? How much fear is there in the capital city today after these strikes?
I can actually tell you, even from my perspective, I just returned from the front line. I visited a number of Ukrainian cities. I was in Kharkiv, in Zaporizhia, in Pokrovsk, in Dnipro, where actually everywhere there were missile attacks throughout the past 2 weeks. But when I came back here in Kyiv, and it happened in my neighborhood, when I saw Kinzhal missile lane in my neighborhood next to the school, it's absolutely devastating. I couldn't comfort myself for 2 hours. I was myself in panic, and obviously you can see that some people were scared. They were hiding in the shelters, but also they also saw the tremendous sense of spirit, common spirit. The volunteers are coming on the scene. They're bringing water. They are helping, as for example, the children's hospital that was hit on the right bank of the city of Kyiv, you could see that people are just walking on the side, trying to remove the wreckage, to unearth whoever is lying under the wreckage. So it's a tremendous effort of all the population here. But indeed,
Katya, I'm afraid we have to leave it there for the moment. Do take care. Thank you for spending the time with us and explaining what is happening.